In this video, I want to make myself some polymer separator, which is actually really easy to make and can be used in batteries or supercapacitors. So the separator is actually some really important part in the battery, because what is a separator in the first place? A separator is some porous membrane which is actually placed between the anode and the cathode to prevent the direct contact, but because of the porosity of the material, still allowing that the ions can move from one electrode to another. And for the separator you can actually use any porous material, from some kitchen paper like this one. Some filter paper will also work really great. Then you have many different fiber materials like glass fibers or bamboo fibers. Then some porous ceramic tiles or even wood will also work really great. But just for example, over here I have some commercial available separators. So here I have some porous polyethylene membrane, and this one is actually used in some lead acid batteries. And over here I have some cell guard, and this cell guard separator is used in some lithium ion batteries. And yeah, so for this reason I was thinking that in this video I will make myself some polymer separator actually from scratch. And the method which I will use to make this separator is called porogen leaching method. A porogen leaching method is a technique to make some porous polymer membrane by washing out the filler, like some salt or polyethylene glycol from casted polymer. Which in basic means that you add some porogen or filler, which is really highly soluble in water, to the dissolved polymer, and in the end, when this polymer film is formed, then for the last step with some water you wash out the filler, and you will end up with some polymer film which have this porous structure. And to make the separator I will need three things. The first thing will be of course the polymer. Then I also need something to dissolve this polymer, and in the end I also need something to create this porous structure. And over here I have two types of fillers. And for the polymer which I have over here, for the polymer I choose to use this polyvinyl butyral, or PVB in short, because the polyvinyl butyral is some really strong binding resin. And the polyvinyl butyral is actually used to make some laminated safety glasses for cars. So in basic, when you use the PVB for making your separator, the separator will have some really good mechanical strength. But in case that you will not find any PVB, then instead of polyvinyl butyral, then you can also use some PVC cement, some PVA acrylic binder, cellulose acetate, and so on. But in my case, like I said, I will stick to this polyvinyl butyral. And yeah, so because here I have this PVB in this powder form, for this reason I also need to dissolve. And the PVB will really easily dissolve in some isopropanol alcohol, or ethanol will also work really great. And for the last thing, you also need some porogen, or the filler with which you will create some porous structure. And like I said before, here I also have two types of different fillers. So over here I have some filler which have this crystal form, and the material which is here is some sodium chloride or some table salt. So using some table salt in making some membrane is really nice, because the table salt will wash out with water really easily. But on the other hand, the size of the pores will be in the size of these sodium chloride crystals, which means that the porous size will be quite large. But in case that you want to have a little bit smaller pores, then I recommend to use some polyethylene glycol. So in my case, I only have this polyethylene glycol 400 and some polyethylene glycol 200. So like I said, for some small pores you can use some polyethylene glycol, and for a little bit larger pores you can use some table salt, or actually some other salts will also work really great. And now about the concentration of the porosity of the material will depend how much filler you will add to the mix. Because more filler you will add to the mix, higher will be the porosity of the material. And now the fun part of the video, where I will make this membrane. So first of all, I will need 1.5 grams of PVB. Okay. Then to this PVB, I need to add 15 grams of isopropanol alcohol. Okay. Now first I need to dissolve the PVB. Okay, really nice. And now for the finish, I need to add some filler. So, like I said before, I can use any kind of salt, or for some smaller dimension of the pores, I can use some polyethylene glycol. So in my case, right now I will use polyethylene glycol. And the amount which I will use will be 3 grams. Okay, this will be good. And now I can cast my membrane. So in this case I can cast some membrane which is standalone membrane, or I can support the membrane with some fiber-like material. And the fiber-like material which I have in my mind is some toilet paper. So actually what I can do right now, I can wet the toilet paper with my mix, and with this method I will create some really strong membrane. Because over here I support the PVB with this fiber-like material. And now what I need to do is to dry the membrane. But I also prepare some membrane from PVB, which is this standalone membrane. So here I have some really thin PVB membrane. Really nice. Now the membrane is dry. Actually, this one don't take too long to dry out, because the solvent is the isopropanol alcohol and will evaporate quite quickly. Now what I need to do for the finish is to wash out the filler. And now for the finish I will make some cell. Some zinc for the anode, this PVB separator, 2 mol of zinc bromide electrolyte, right now it needs a little bit longer to wet the membrane. Okay, activated carbon felt and some grape oil. So I will charge the cell with 2.1 volt. Okay, 20 minutes of charging will be enough to demonstrate this cell with the PVB membrane. Really nice. So guys, that's it for now, and we see us in the next video. Bye.